Yo chat, welcome back. Today we're not just talking about monsters, we're talking about something far more unsettling, because across completely different cultures, separated by oceans, languages and centuries, people describe the same kinds of beings, not vague shadows, not random nightmares, but structured creatures with rules, weaknesses, and behaviors so specific, it feels like someone actually observed them. So the question is simple: where did these details come from? Let's begin. First, Southeast Asia, the Krasue. By day, she is completely normal, indistinguishable from anyone else, but at night, everything changes. Her body stays behind, and her head detaches, floating into the darkness like a living light. But what makes her truly disturbing isn't the face, it's what hangs beneath it. Her internal organs, still attached, still moving, dragging below her as she flies. She hunts newborns and pregnant women, and the only known way to stop her is brutal in its simplicity: destroy her body before sunrise, because once the sun returns, she returns too. And then there is no second chance. Japan, the Gashadokuro, a skeleton over 30 feet tall, made from the bones of soldiers who died in war and were never properly buried. It doesn't run, it doesn't roar, it just walks, silent, patient, and almost always too late to notice. Some legends say you hear ringing in your ears right before it appears. And when that sound starts, it is already close enough to see you. It doesn't hunt like an animal, it simply reaches out and takes. And nothing in human history was ever designed to stop something like that. It only disappears when its rage finally ends, not when you survive it, when it decides you are no longer needed. Now, Scotland, the Nuckelavee. This is where folklore stops feeling like imagination and starts feeling like warning. A horse fused with a human body, but completely skinless, every muscle exposed, every vein visible, one enormous burning eye. It does not just kill, its presence itself corrupts the world around it. Crops wither, animals fall ill without contact, even the air feels wrong, and there is only one thing it cannot cross: running water, fresh rivers, streams. But even that is not safety, only delay, because if it sees you before you reach it, you are already part of the land it destroyed, the Caribbean, the Soucouyant. By day, she is just an old woman, easy to ignore, easy to forget. But at night, she sheds her skin and becomes a fireball, a glowing shape moving through the dark. She slips through cracks in walls, through locked doors, anywhere human protection fails, and she feeds while people sleep. But she is not unstoppable. Her weakness is almost insulting. Rice. If you scatter rice on the ground, she is forced to count every grain, again and again, as obsession traps her in place until sunrise arrives, and her body is no longer hers to return to. Central America, the Siguanaba. She waits near rivers at night, always still, always watching. From behind, she looks perfect. A woman, beautiful, safe. But if you ever see her face, the illusion breaks instantly. A horse skull, empty, wrong in every possible way. And that single moment of recognition is enough to destroy a mind. Some say it kills instantly. Others say it leaves people alive, but never the same again. The only protection is simple: the sign of the cross, a gesture against something that doesn't obey normal rules. And finally, something closer to reality than myth: the Alp. In European folklore, it sits on your chest while you sleep. You wake up unable to move, unable to breathe properly, pressure building in your chest, pure fear with no explanation. For centuries, people believed it was a creature pressing down on them. Today we call it sleep paralysis, a neurological glitch between dream and wakefulness. But here's the strange part. Even with science explaining it, the experience hasn't changed, only the name has. So what connects all of these? Different continents, different eras, different cultures, but the same structure, rules, weaknesses, behavior patterns, as if these things were not invented, but repeatedly rediscovered. And maybe that's the part that stays with you, not whether they are real, but why they all feel so consistent. If you made it this far, you already know the answer isn't simple, and maybe it's not supposed to be, because some stories aren't meant to be solved. They're meant to linger. If I had to choose one, I would never want to encounter. It's still the Nuckelavee, because some images don't leave your mind. They just stay there, waiting. See you next time.